Welcome to this weekly update video. We can fortunately say that Hawaii dodged a bit of a bullet with Tropical Storm Ana. Ana did move through, it moved over the weekend. However, the core of the system remained a bit offshore the Hawaiian Islands, even though it did come close enough to acquire tropical storm watches for islands and tropical storm warnings from Kauai. But aside from that, none of the main Hawaiian Islands were placed under anything more than a tropical storm watch. Now for those largely uninhabited islands to the northwest, there are hurricane watches for parts of that national monument. I'm not even going to pronounce it. It begins with a P. I'm not even going to pronounce it because I know for sure I'm gonna screw it up. So I'm not even going to try. And Ana did not become as strong as I thought it would. Did peak as a 75-knot hurricane, and since then it's weakened. And it's likely that's going to weaken a little bit more over the next day or so. Then eventually be intensified as we curve through the northwestern Hawaiian Islands and eventually out to sea, and probably in about a week eventually become an extratropical cyclone. And as it eventually passes to the north of the islands, and talking the super long range becomes a threat to the western United States. But it's still a ways out. I'm not sure. I think it'll probably change several times over the next several days. Bottom line, Hawaii can dodge a little bit of a bullet. Once again, the damage so far has not been too severe to my knowledge. Now, in addition, we also still had Tropical Storm Trudy, and that formed on Friday, like very close to coast of Mexico, and I sensed it. And it started to quickly developing a circulation. I sensed that I was going to make a run at hurricane status. I was the only one that did. Everyone thought I was like, it wasn't going to do much. Even the NHC. But I was right, and it did make a serious run at hurricane status. An eye wall was forming right at the time of landfall. And the EDT values were at 3.9, or right below hurricane strength. The ANC only gave it 50 knots, but you could argue for 65 knots. The war aquanaut is not very effective, I'd argue, in this situation. This is a very rapid development. I think it was most definitely stronger than 50 knots at landfall. This once again proves how tricky these Pacific cyclones can spin up. I knew, I got this Barbera Humbertus 2007 since Barbera, which hit Mexico last year as a Category 1, spun up rapidly, and Humberto in 2007. Humberto in 2007 did the same in the Atlantic side. I got that vibe from it, and I was right. And it was a good faith attempt, even though we did not get, I think it would have been 14th hurricane in a row. And also would have tied the all-time hurricane record at 16. However, with Trudy, we got our 21st storm of the season. That officially seals the deal in that the 2014 East Pacific season will be entering record territory. It can now be considered one of the greatest hurricane seasons of all time. Now, it passed the 20 barrier that several seasons haven't. We got to the T ladder for the first time since '92, and now the season is a legend. It becomes a living legend that will be remembered for the years to come, and this seals the deal for the season's legacy. The communicated cyclone energy, ACE, which is the amount of kinetic energy that these tropical cyclones span. The season has spanned 183 units of ACE, That's well above average, and if we get over 200, which is pretty possible, that would put it among the most active on record in the basin, though well short of the all-time record of 1992, which had a mind-blowing 290 units of ace. Now, what to expect for the future? Well, we had a convective coupe with Calvin wave move through. Looks like we still have the MJO effects from it. It looks like we may get some suppressed convective coupe with Calvin wave action in the long run. We'll see. But, I mean, I do expect the next several days to be somewhat favorable for Cyclone Genesis, and both the European and the JFS has been showing an active area off the west coast of Mexico over the upcoming days. This may be the last time we have true MGO and Kelvin wave help of the season. With that said, I do not think the season is totally done with systems. The season I've not seen any of the signs you usually see that season's about to collapse, and thus I think we will probably get Danes or V-Storm, and if we're lucky, we'll get W or Winnie Storm. W Storm, Winnie. Conditions overall are pretty favorable, as Trudy proven. Shear is higher than it was earlier in the year, but that's about it, and I think if Shear's low and we get the right setup, we could easily have another powerful hurricane. I mean, it's getting a little late in the year climatologically, but right at this point, conditions are very favorable, so at this point we can get a tropical wave, and the right Calvin wave and MGO phase. Anything can happen. That's been the agile, it's been like the same all season, and I expect that to continue until at least the intertropical conversion zone shuts down. I mean, we missed out on a few tropical system opportunities to go Greek, but this does not mean that the system will remain. It can make a serious run for top 5 most active on record. Because right now, we'd have, I believe we're tied, a 3-way tie, be the 4th or 5th most active on record. I have to look that up. Behind, I believe we're tied for the 4th most active on record now with 21 storms. Either 4th or 5th, I can't remember. I believe it's 4th. Which is pretty impressive, and we're one hurricane away and one major hurricane away from tying those respective records, respectively. We've had 15 hurricanes and 9 major hurricanes as a whole. Anyhow, that'll wrap up this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.